guys, welcome to another episode of Contingency X. Today we're out in the beautiful California desert, and we are finally going to be shooting our review for the Sig P320. I know it's been a while since we put out our unboxing of the P320. We were hoping to have this video up a lot sooner, but California weather with the extreme heat and then flash floods and just all kinds of nonsense has helped postpone this project. But we're finally out here today. We're gonna have some fun. What we're gonna do is kind of go over our initial thoughts of this firearm, and in addition to it, we're actually also going to do a torture test. So I've had the opportunity to actually fire this P320 multiple times at indoor ranges, and it's worked great. I love it indoors. I'm sure it's going to perform the same outside. So the big thing here is we're going to shoot a little bit and then do a torture test. So come check it out. All right, guys, just to go over this, on our first video, we did the unboxing of the Sig P320 Carry. Today, I'm actually going to be shooting the Sig P320 full size, which is exactly the same firearm, just a little bit longer. And as you can see, we are clear, showing clear to the firearm. Okay. The P320 full size, same as the compact. You could watch our video on that. Again, just a little bit longer. Some things to notice when we fire here. I've pretty much been a Sig shooter or a Glock shooter my entire life. There's a couple of things that are interesting. Is the angle of the handle is slightly different. But again, I've been shooting this for a few weeks now, maybe close to a month. And now it feels very natural, really quick. My hands were able to adapt to it, so it felt great. The other part about this is, when I'm shooting this, it doesn't feel any different than any of the standard Sigs that are all metal. This is Sig's first step into the striker fire polymer frame combination, and so far I'm loving it. I might even have to say that I love it more so than my Glock, but that's another video. So we're gonna go ahead and get eyes and ears on, and we're gonna put a couple downrange and show you a little bit about the Sig P320. Going hot. And show clear. Now, if you notice on that round, to be completely honest with you, I had one malfunction. It was the last round in the magazine. It didn't seat properly. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but it's probably because of the fact that I'm using reloaded 9mm ammo. So this isn't fresh off the shelf ammo. This is just reloaded 9mm ball ammo that we had at home. So I'm going to kind of chalk it up to that because I've never had that experience before, but we're going to keep going through a couple more magazines and see how it performs. Show clear. So as you can see, another 10 rounds downrange, no malfunctions, still a tight grouping, and we're having fun with it. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna move back a little bit further. We're gonna shoot from a little bit further away and see how it is. Something else that I want to mention on this Sig is the trigger reset on this is very short. It's got a great trigger reset. It feels very comfortable in the hands. The sights are very easy to align with. So far, I'm loving it. In our review, we've had 2 malfunctions. I strongly believe that both of them are ammunition related, since we're using reloaded ball ammo, which isn't always 100% consistent, as all of you know. So what we're going to do is we're going to put another 10 rounds downrange, again approximately 15 yards. I'm not worried about my accuracy. I know that the weapon performs flawlessly, but this time we're actually going to use Sig's hollow point rounds. So we're going to check this out and see what happens next. We're gonna go nice and slow. I'm definitely going to say that that has to do with the ammo. The 2 malfunctions that we had earlier, again, using ball ammo for our first couple of rounds that we shot downrange. The last 10 rounds I put downrange, same magazine, but with SIG quality home defense or hollow point ammo. The gun's performing flawlessly. So now that we know that the gun fires, that it works well, that I'm a decent shot, we're going to move on to the torture test. First, we're going to do sand, then we're going to do water, then we're going to do mud. And in between each, we're going to fire another 10 rounds. Those 10 rounds, I'm going to try to use as much of the SIG ammo as I can to give it a fair and accurate reading. But to be honest with you, I didn't bring that much, so we'll see how far we can get. We are now into the torture test portion of our film or of our review. And what we're going to do is we're going to start off with sand. So as you can see below me, we're out in the California desert. We compiled a bunch of the California desert sand. I'm going to go ahead and take my firearm out. It is pointing in a safe direction. Again, we have SIG ammo. In order to conserve ammo, because I didn't bring too much of this out, I'm only going to load it with 5 rounds. And I'm going to go ahead and chamber 1 round. The gun is now live, and we're going to go ahead and put it in the sand. We're going to bury it. Get the twig out of there. So, California sand, desert sand I should say, in a bucket with the Sig P320 completely buried in it. You know, get it in there a little bit more, maybe. Hoping there's no insects or anything in this sand since we just picked it up from the desert, literally. All right, guys, so now we're gonna go ahead and put 5 rounds downrange. There you have it, the Sig P320 in desert sand. It is gritty. I mean, it is definitely dirty. You can see how dirty it is. This gun's only a month old, so I can't believe I'm doing this. But we want to show you the good, the bad, and the ugly, all about the Sig new P320. Next, we're going to be moving on to the water test, and after that, the mud. Stay tuned. For the second half of our torture test, or the second part rather of our torture test, we're going to go ahead and take the Sig P320, and it's still dirty from our dirt test. We're going to go ahead and dump it in some water. I am going to go ahead and take another SIG magazine with 5 more SIG rounds in it, place it inside the mag well, load a chamber, and drop it in the water. All those water bubbles out, all the air bubbles out rather. Swish it around. Hold on, we gotta get all this air out. So, get all the air bubbles out. Five rounds, Sig P320 downrange in the water. Again, the only reason we're not shooting more rounds is because the ball ammo that I brought seemed to be malfunctioning a little bit, seemed to be hitting a little bit soft. So I'm using Sig's hollow point ammo to do these tests, and I only have a few rounds, so I'm only doing 5 at a time per test. But as you saw, straight out of the water, fired 5 shots, shot flawlessly. And the weapon's holding tight. One thing I do want to mention on here, with the weapon wet, I'm gonna go ahead and put this back. With the weapon wet, the grip actually still feels very comfortable on here. The stippling, or the texture rather, that came straight from the factory, it feels good, it feels nice. I'm not losing grip in my hand. So let's go to mud. We're into the third and final phase of our test here, and what we're gonna do is mud. Now, we're in the California desert, so we don't have some of that real gunky mud that some of you guys get back east or down south. So we're going to do the best with what we have based on our circumstances. Also, I want to make note is I am out of SIG ammo, minus the 4 rounds in here, and I have 1 round of Hornady Critical Defense. So it's going to be a mixed batch of ammo, and we're going to rock and roll and see what we can do. So I'm going to insert the magazine, make sure it's loaded, and into the mud. And what I'm going to do is kind of, yeah, I mean, it's not muddy mud, but it's still very wet sand. I guess it's kind of like more wet beach sand, which is what we're used to out here in California anyways. Sorry, some of that just blew back up into my face. Piece of glass. All right. So the Sig P320, completely drenched in California mud, basically beach sand and water. I'm going to give it a nice little tap here just so I can get a firm grip on this. Okay. And one malfunction already. Let's go ahead and pull that out. That was a Hornady round that was just fired. We're going to go ahead and reload. This is very, very, very gritty. As you can see, actually, I'm not even seating all the way. Let's see if this works. Nope, another malfunction. Go ahead. Honestly, guys, at this point, 2 malfunctions. I've got mud, sand, water, everything inside there all gunked up. Didn't fire the first couple of shots proper. 1 fired, 1 malfunctioned, 1 fired, 1 malfunctioned. The slide's not closing all the way, so for the mud, because this is my personal weapon and this is my gun, it wasn't donated to us, I own it, I paid for it less than a month ago. I'm going to go ahead and stop it right here. Don't want to damage it, don't want to do anything like that. This is our first test. Maybe we can get some actual silt type mud and try it again on a future video. But for right now, you know, the magazine is even, this is even super, super tight. Again, this SIG is less than a month old, so I've been shooting it for a while, but I don't have that many rounds through this weapon. The magazines are all still, you know, non-broken in. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot this some more over the next couple of weeks, the next couple of months, and maybe again in the future we'll try the mud test out again. But for right now, I'm gonna say thumbs up on the sand, thumbs up on the water test. The mud test, not so good right now, but we'll try it again later. I wish I could say it was 100% perfect because I love this gun. I do still love it, still love the way it fires. It's still going to be part of my everyday carry, but I'm not going to put my particular weapon through any more torture today. We just finished our review and our torture test of the Sig P320. Flying colors again on the sand, flying colors again on the water. On the mud, we had some issues. My firearm is completely gunked up. We're actually going to dump it in some water right now, get it cleaned up, do a little bit of a field clean, and get it back into some kind of working order before we pack up here. But stay tuned. We're going to be doing tons more reviews. We have everything from more firearms to camping survival gear to knives, the whole 9 yards. We hope that you enjoyed this video. Subscribe, share, like. You know, if you don't like us, tell us why. If there's something that you want to see, let us know. More than happy to do these reviews for you. We enjoy it. Until next time, my name's Travis with Contingency X. We appreciate it. Thank you and stay safe. Be safe. Stay safe and have fun.